There's the all-purpose room, the library. Oh, that's our room, isn't it? It looks as if it's almost finished. I'd better go see if the people are ready to put in it. That's a fine crossing guard. And the nurse? The building custodian? And who is this?
And last year it was reds, you know, and last year it was green eyes. This year it's blue eyes, going with the blonde hair, and then I have not very often since I was 16 years old revealed the me, you know, the me eyes and the me and the me hair. I go in this transformation. So I started thinking about how I had taken that then into Second Life, which makes it, and of course it's much easier in Second Life to do that, and so I could change myself frequently, and so that led to taking it from the personal space then into the idea of identity construction. That, you know, what was the relationship between me and this avatar, and how was I taking myself and putting it into this thing.
Dr. B. Morris is my creator. She spends an awful lot of time working with me and on me. We both have been doing research together for at least the past couple of years. I have presented with her at the National Art Education Association Conference in New Orleans, and I have presented in her classroom for the last 2 years on several topics, including art galleries, the virtual world, and now visual culture for Indigenous people. She is an art educator at Ohio State University, and I really respect her and have a good time working with her as her alter ego.
In one way more than the other?
I don't think of her as outside of me, in a sense, but I do think of her as an alter ego. And so for me, she is a part of me that I can play with and talk with people in other places, in other worlds, and she goes to a space that I physically can't go to, but she can, but she's still a part of me. So I do refer to her as my alter ego.
Avatar as well.
Yeah,
do you want to introduce your...
Yeah, Rain Winkler is the main avatar. She's my main girl, and she's my alter ego. Snow Tromler is my male avatar, and I haven't developed him as much, which I find that interesting. That I had to have a male avatar, because I do believe that we have female and male characteristics, and I've been constantly criticized, I think, in this world of having more male characteristics than I probably should have. So I find that interesting that I haven't dealt with that yet, that part of that personality. And then I have Rain Serendipitous. And Rain Serendipitous I've not really gotten into yet. I don't know why I had to have another Rain, but I did. And she just maintains an undeveloped space at this moment.
Okay.
And I guess because there was a part of me when I found out I could age, that I thought I could that Rain Serendipitous would be my aging Rain, but I haven't been interested in doing that yet. That's not the part I've embraced, which is what made me write the article, The Rainy Afternoon, Growing Younger and Wiser, because my avatar is younger, and supposedly when you get older you get wiser, you know. So I was looking at the fact of here this was my interest is in identity construction, why we do what we do. I wrote within the avatar as Rain, was with two other professors and their avatars. And we were writing about our avatars and how we've placed it, how we were trying to find educational, not interest, because we had the interest, but application, really, educational application. And I was interested in noticing that as we took the author photograph of us in Second Life, how one professor made herself like 8 feet tall and green, not of this world. The other one looks just like him, and I looked like I act.
Yes, I'm Eastern Band Cherokee, and I use this. I use sites like this. This is a new one that I found for my 367, or this quarter I'm teaching American Indian Identity. I also use things like this for visual culture and indigenous people, which I teach in the spring. That's a graduate class. The class I'm teaching right now is a freshman class. Yes. Half of my students have been to Serpent Mound, plus I show them, I have an interactive CD-ROM that they can also see the Serpent Mound and all the different mounds in Ohio, plus a few documentaries that talk about Serpent Mound. So it provides them with real-life experience, and then to see it in Second Life really tops it off on how important I think these sites are. I think that for me, what's exciting is that, first off, that someone really thought a lot about the Serpent Mound to place it in the virtual space. I find that exciting, and it's always interesting to see what people duplicate, I think, in Second Life. What's important to them. Here there's a sweat lodge, there's a garden, there's history panels. It's really an interesting educational space.
These are her thoughts, and here are my thoughts. But you know, we all know that these are my thoughts. You know, I'm not off the wall that much that I see this as too distinct. But that, you know, she comes from a different perspective because she doesn't age. She doesn't have to deal with that. So when I'm her, those are not the things that I can think about, because I see the world in a very different way through her. You know, and you're capable of doing that on the computer. You're capable of going through Second Life. You don't have to see your avatar as a separate being. You can do it from their view. So you're navigating through their, you know, through their eyes. You don't even see them. So, and I know what that world is seeing me as, you know, because I think that often enough, I don't think we in this life often enough take the opportunity to do that. We're so much into this space that we don't float away and look at the situation from another perspective and be able to see, you know, which really opens you to see other people's perspective of you, about you, and about whatever event that's going on, and I think that's important. And so I'm trying to learn, in a sense, in this world, how to actually do that more often.
All those people to help us. Have we left anyone out?
Of course. How silly. Most important of all is Miss Abbott, Ted's teacher. Ted and the others see her every day, and they know how many ways she helps them learn.